Prophet Marshall Occurrence once again. Back at it, man. So, this video is going to be kind of just the progression of everything that's going on, man. All the progress and everything going on. I just put $1 million down in, for this channel. I haven't expressed it on this channel really, but I put $1 million down in South America. So that's the update. You know, this is the biggest offering I've ever given, you know, in my life. And so it comes out to be $1,101,262.83 down to the cents. Yeah, that's $1,101,262.83. Yeah, so that's all that went out. What's the day? The 19th. 19th, the past 6 days. Less than a month, less than a week ago. Just shy of a week. This is all that's went out. One transaction was 73,000. Those are two transactions put together. The first one was $73,062.83. The second transaction was $1,028,200. I put them both together. By the 14th, I had $1,101,262.83. Yeah. Oh, this is the calm before the storm. This is just now coming on a week. Next month, tomorrow gonna be a week. Just a week. And then tomorrow, and the week from tomorrow, I'm sending money to California and back out to Colombia. After that, I'm gonna shut it down for a while and start working with Colombia. But I, you know, my word is my bond, and I had promised my Mexican brothers and sisters out there. I had promised them that I was gonna look out for them. They don't ask me for it, if you're wondering. They don't ask me for it, but I've been wanting to send them a significant amount of money. You know, I've been sending them money consistently, but I wanted to send them at least, you know, a significant amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been very consistent since about 2 years. About 2 years. Going on 2 years. You know, I've been working with the Mexicans, the Mexican Christians out there in California. And so it's been about 2 years. So that becomes family, and, you know, more than the technicality of what I'm doing. I reach out, you know, I try to reach out to them based on family and stay frequent with them. So I'm gonna stay up with them and keep working with them. You know, and it's just good to put money over there on the West Coast too. That's another thing, because I'm over here in New York, so it's just good to shoot some money over there, get some spirituality going over there, have that big, you know, have that one polar over there, that one pole over here, and I'm over here, and just that distance is gonna work out everything in between, if that makes sense spiritually. So, you know, everything going good. California, then Colombia. After that, that's gonna be January 27th. After that, I'm gonna just be working with Colombia. I'm gonna work with Colombia. I might just shut everything down and just start working with Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Because the money difference, the USD versus the Colombian pesos, is like man, it's like a niche in itself. Like, I'm killing it, man. I'm killing it, man. That's like $73,000 down there, and then like $1 million. I just said, see, I be wanting to do so much, I gotta be selective. I even got a ministry that works with Iran, like helping the Christians in Iran. It's a lot I want to do, but I just gotta go with what works right now. What works right now is Colombia. Colombia works right now. Like, I got a lot of stuff I want to do, and I gotta use wisdom. I really do, because there's so many ministries I want to work with in spiritual warfare. Because I gotta look at it like spiritual warfare. It's like so many ministries I want to work with. It's like, man, what do? I gotta go with what's working right now. What's working right now is Colombia. So you gotta go with what's working too. Whatever ministry you give into. If you like me, you got like a handful of ministries you give to, right? You gotta be selective about which ones you give to. Like, I got so many ministries, I haven't really even got started with this year. Like, I got ministries for this year that I want to start giving to, but I really haven't started working with them. I haven't even found them. I'm gonna find them. That's something I gotta do. I gotta when I come off this fast, I'm gonna find some ministries that I'm supposed to work with this year, but I'm just gonna be working with Colombia because it just makes sense, man. It's working. It's working. If it ain't broke, why fix it? That's my philosophy. Yeah, because see, this year, for me personally, I have ministries that I work with every year. Right? And so I could easily just go through the motions of what I usually do each year and what I've been doing for the past 2 years. Since 2024, I've been branching out to various different ministries, and just packing it out, sending it out to a whole bunch of ministries at one time. I've been doing that for about the past 2 years. But I gotta go with what works. You know what I'm saying? Like, this year, I'm going to be working with Iowa, a Native American Christian ministry, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, Germany, the Philippines, Boston, and Poland. And see, what I usually do is I've already worked with some of these ministries. Like, for example, this past summer I was working with Poland. So this past summer I worked with Poland, and in fall I worked with this Native American ministry out in LA. So I already found me a Native American Christian ministry, and I've sent money there. And Kenya, I worked with a Maasai church. I found me a Maasai church. So, see, I've already kind of been working with 2026 with Poland, Germany, Germany too, and a Maasai church. So I've already hit like 3 spots already. See, that's how busy I am. Because if I feel like I just kind of like the idea of something, a certain location, I'll just go ahead and send money out there. So like with a Maasai church, Maasai is an African tribe. I'm part Maasai, right? So I wanted to find a church in a Maasai area, which will be Kenya. So I sent some money out to Africa, to Kenya, about a month ago. So that's one ministry for this year. And then Germany, I was working with Germany back in summertime. And so that's 2, and then 3, Poland. So that's 3 ministries. 3 ministries that I'm supposed to work with this year already. So I feel pretty good about that. I think it's just now January. By summertime, I'll get it popping with these other ministries. Cause if I already got 3 that I've already worked with, I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good about that. I've already touched bases with, well, actually 4, 4 actually, because the Native American ministry, a Maasai ministry, that was Kenya, a Native American ministry, Germany, and Poland. So that's 4 ministries. So I'm very pleased with what I've already done already, especially between Poland and Germany, because I sent some money out to Poland when I first came to Brooklyn. When I first came to Brooklyn, I sent money out to Poland. That's the first ministry I sent to. So you can see I'm already on track with that, but that was last year. So I was already working on this year, last year. So as far as what I'm going to do this year. So that's like 4 ministries already. I'm already working with 4, but I'm gonna get to the Philippines. That sounds pretty good too. I want to work with the Philippines, Boston, and North Dakota, South Dakota, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming. I like that vibe right there with the 3, right? Well, like 4, like 5. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming. What that's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 actually. I like the vibe of this. Montana. I don't know if you traveled, but if you've traveled, this all makes sense. It's like this earthy no man's land type of situation right here. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming. You get the vibe? Like this earthy, flat plain land vibration with all these different states coming together like this flat land type of vibe, earthy type of vibe, these earthy no man land type of vibes. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming. And so I really want to reach out to them 7. I'm gonna hit them 7 at one time. That's what I'm gonna do. Now that I think about it, because that's what I was really looking forward to. I was looking forward to hitting those 7 right there. I've already hit 4 other ones. The Philippines, Boston. I'm going to be working with Boston, and so it's popping. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get back to that maybe later, like maybe in fall. It might be in fall before I even start, because Colombia right now is popping. That's popping. That's a lot of money I'm sending down there. $73,000. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Do I go with what I traditionally was gonna do, and I already done touched bases with it already anyway? Or am I gonna just go with what's popping? Because I just sent $1 million down there. You know what I'm saying? See, this is when you get to the more sophisticated levels of giving offerings, where you're like in spiritual warfare, where it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? You like, it's not just throwing something out there, seeing what sticks to the wall. I'm not trying to do that right now. I already know what's sticking to the wall. You know what I'm saying? This Colombia's sticking to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because of the value exchange in the currencies. You know what I'm saying? It's the USD put up against the Colombian pesos, man. It's a no-brainer. It's like $3,000 to a dollar, to a single dollar. You do the math. $3,000 to one single dollar. That's why the chain reaction of me sending like that much money out there, it's crazy. I just sent $73,000. That's what's in the air right now. $73,000. $73,000. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not trying to really mess with anything. I'm not really trying to go to playing with the USD within America right now, where it's just like I'm just really trying to capitalize on all my money. So the best thing to do is to go ahead and stick to what I'm doing for right now. Until further notice, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sticking with Colombia. Like after I send money out to the Mexicans out in California, from that point, it's forward march. I'm gonna get back to them maybe around probably fall too, about fall. Cause I gotta get off on this, man. They probably will be happy with all I've done so far. I probably, they don't look for it. They don't ask for it. Like, so I'll get back to them. It's been 2 years since I've been dealing with them anyway. That's pretty solid. But I like to touch bases with California, you know what I'm saying? Especially being the opposite of New York. So it's kind of like contrasting where I'm at right now. So it's a good strategy. And it's cross country, so it covers the country. So it's a good strategy. That's why I'm gonna do it too. But I'm gonna take some time back. I'm gonna fall back off of it to probably like after the summer. After the summer, I might head it again. That sounds like a plan. But for right now, I'm going with Colombia. That's what's working. And the thing about it, even if the war breaks out between Trump and Colombia, I still can send money offline. I still can send money online. So I'll still be able to send money out there. And I got other countries I deal with in South America too. So I'm just staying in South America for a while. It's working. It's just working. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned in strategy. As far as this warfare and giving offerings, you can always be colorful and always try to like give to all these different countries and all these different ministries, even here in America. But you got to use discernment when you give as much as I do. Like, it's so many churches I could give to, so many different ministries, so many locations that I want to give to right now. But I got to go with what's working. I got to go with the vibe. I got to go with what's working. What's working right now is Colombia. Them devils being stirred up. Them devils stirred up, buddy. Them devils stirred up. So we just gonna keep it going. We ain't gonna stop. Yeah. So like I said, I started this summer with giving to Colombia. And ever since, it's done changed. The whole vibe has changed in the whole world since I've been giving in. Once I noticed that, I'm just on it. Man. It's like, I'm excited about it. Like my first $1 million offering, my first $1 million offering, million currency offering, my first offering worth $1 million in currency, put it like that. That's what this is. That's what my last offering is. It's still out there right now. So it should get there by the 26th, which is perfect. This is 2026. It's gonna get there the 26th. That's perfect. I'm gonna have an offering the next day. The next day, the 27th, I'm gonna get another offering. So once it hits South America, the next day I'm gonna have another offering on the way to South America again. That's gonna be worth even more. That's gonna be like a little over $250,000. I'm just killing it, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why it's like this right now. So you gotta know because things change for whatever reason. whether it's the satanic kingdom or just life, things change. So once you get a ministry where even if it's not the currency, it's the anointing, and you feel that change, you feel that difference, go with what you feel, man. And like I said, if you got a lot of ministries you give to, like I do, it's so many ministries I can just throw money out there to. But I gotta use my discernment when it's like that. You know what I mean? Because God only wants me to give, especially when I ain't got a lot of money, right? God wants me to give to a certain place. And it only makes sense right now to be given to Colombia, man. I mean, it's just, I'm killing it, man. I sent my first million in currency like 5 days ago. Just 5 days ago, I gave my first million in currency, man. So that's my first million currency for transaction. That's my first transaction that equaled $1 million in currency. Yeah. So, that's why, now I got to be more isolated than ever, because I just can't roll with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, that's not being stuck up. It's just my mind is in a different place. All I'm thinking about is more money. All I'm thinking about is putting out more money right now. Millions of dollars. That's all I'm thinking about. Like, I'm going to get like $400. That's going to be like $2 million. I'm going to make that like $550. That's going to be like $2 million. I already know when I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that, I'm going to get that hopefully very soon, like in a couple months, like maybe around March or so, between February and March, I should get that, and that's gonna be 550. That's gonna be 2 million down there. I'm gonna put 2 million. And what I suspect that church will do is start taking those millions of dollars and just giving out to the community and giving food and everything to the Colombians and doing a bigger outreach. That's probably what's going to happen as a result of all that money I'm sending down there. And I'm gonna express that, actually. I'm gonna give them that idea, just thinking maybe if they ain't thinking about it, but because once you start getting millions and millions of dollars, now you can have a bigger outreach. Any church, any ministry can have a bigger outreach. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So that's I'm gonna stress that to them, because that's what I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna just keep this Colombian situation going, like it's a Colombian connection down in South America. You know what I'm saying? It's the opposite of the drug trade, but it's just like it's a connection. It's a Colombian connection. Just keep that going. You know what I'm saying? And just watch the power of God move. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing they can do. My first $1 million transaction, I'm finna make me another one. It's gonna be 2 million. The next one gonna be 2 million. You know what I'm saying? It's not stopping. You know what I'm saying? Just like celebrities don't stop. I'm not stopping. They make millions and millions and hundreds of millions. I'm not stopping. But the opposite is what I'm doing. I'm giving. I'm giving millions. So you'll find many Christians that never gave $1 million to ministry. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do it. It was always in my mind. I wanted to give $1 million to a ministry. I always wanted to do it. And see, God knew that. God already knew. I already wanted to give $1 million. Before there was even spiritual warfare going on like it is between the Americans and God's kingdom, before that even happened, I already wanted to give $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Just I wanted to give that much. I always did. So it's not just based off of spiritual warfare. It's also about giving to God's ministry, giving to God's work. That's what it is, man. So so I'm doing very good. I'm doing very well. I'm fasting this day. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. anymore in my life. That time is over. If you got a problem with that, you don't have to watch my videos. You can, you don't gotta watch it. Unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? I don't celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. because he's a Freemason. His dad was a Freemason. His granddaddy was a Freemason. I do not celebrate no Freemasons. That whole family was Freemasons. So that's not my hero. That's not my sensei. That's not my master. You talking about what he did for black people? Well, it didn't matter to me. I was oppressed. I still went through oppression with the Americans. So when you talk about he paved the way for us and you don't know what he did, what he do for me? I still went through stuff. See, there are some people that still went through stuff. So when you talk about what Malcolm X, what MLK did, I still went through stuff. It's not ignorance. It's a matter of, okay, I still went through. So did it apply to me or did it apply to these rich black people? Because I still got oppressed by the police. I still got followed by the police. I still got investigated by all these people. I still got played with by the Americans. So did what he did it apply to my life? I mean, I don't know. You tell me. But the bottom line is he was a Freemason. He died. If you don't know, they made Martin Luther King Jr. a Freemason. Okay? They made him a Freemason after he died. It's a procedure they have called on site, where they make people Freemasons after they die. Okay, so he was made a Freemason after he died, because he had plans. If he had made it past the Lorraine Motel where he was assassinated, he had already had plans to become a Freemason. So what you would have seen was Martin Luther King Jr. become a Freemason. That's what you would have seen. That's something to think about. If he had lived, what you would have seen was him become a Freemason. With all that he was already doing and everything he was talking about, etc., etc., he would have added Freemasonry to that. See, how I feel is that they just like I talked about being selective with my offerings, right, and different things I do. When you have a lot of different options and information, some people don't know what to do with all the information they got. And so it doesn't make sense. Just no different than me giving an offering to different places in a time where I know I could do something else that could work better, right? It makes more sense for me to give to Colombia right now. It's the same thing when you have a whole bunch of information like Martin Luther King Jr. had. He had a lot of information to where he was using the Gandhi's approach to America. That's my greatest criticism of him, because it worked for Gandhi's country, India. It worked for Gandhi's country and culture. Being nonviolent and using Gandhi's approach couldn't work in America. That's why he still died. It didn't work. So I'm right. Gandhi's approach did not work. Which means they should have had arms, and all the people that he was with should have had arms. Not this non-violent approach like Gandhi, and you're not in India. You're not in India. You see my point, right? But you got all this good information about all these different people. So you use Gandhi's approach because you got all this information. And you use Gandhi's approach in America with all these rednecks and racist white people. And it didn't make sense because it's not India. It sounds good on paper. Like I like to say, it sounds good on paper to use Gandhi's approach, but it won't work in a racist white America. Because they'll step on your heart. They don't care nothing about you being nonviolent. They don't care nothing about you being peaceful. They still stepped on his heart. Look at it. Look at it for what it is. I'm right. He had a whole bunch of information which was
which was influenced by the Freemasons in itself. His dad, his granddad, they influenced him. They probably gave him all kind of information and books to read and everything. Think about it. And he got all this information to where he could go any, mini, mighty, mo. Right? And just try whatever he feels look good or what looks right. The Gandhi's approach could not work in America. Okay? These Americans only respect a threat. The only way you make it in America is to be a threat. I hate to say it, but it's true. If you're not a threat, you do not get no respect. They will step on your heart. I played both positions, where I was just humble out here minding my business. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what was going on. All these Freemasons talking to my brother, that's what it was. Okay, that's all it was. Him talking to them secret societies, and they followed me all around the country, right? But at first, I was just doing me. And then I began to fight back with my spiritual weapons. See, what my brother didn't tell him is that I'm a spiritual warrior. I don't know how seriously he took it. What my brother didn't tell him is how much I fast and seek God. I know God for myself. That's what he didn't tell him. That's very important information. Okay, so once I got in the trenches, right? Once I got in the spiritual trenches, I went to war and I became a threat. And that's right. Because listen, that's the only way these Americans will respect you, if you're a threat. That's why you can't be scared to be a threat. You can't be scared to be no threat. Because that's the only thing they're going to respect. I didn't start getting my respect until I became a threat. Now it's respect. That's right. Till I started walking around with arms and I started walking around with weapons. Now, yeah, that part too. I started commanding my respect. Before, I mean, you know, like around 2014 and I'll say between 2014 and 2018, about 4 years, I really didn't, I care about guns. I care about arms during that time, but in all actuality, I wasn't getting arms and weapons, but I set my mind to do it. I started working. I communicated to people for the gun plugs, you know, but after about 2018, you know, I started making sure I carry some weapons, and kept weapons on my mind. Now I always carry weapons. And it commands respect. Ain't nobody gonna run up on me. Not too easy. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep my weapons. I make sure I do. You know what I'm saying? So for people that play monkey business games and clown games, you know what it is. You know you can't play with me too much. You know you can't play with me. When I close my door, you can play out there. But you can't play when I come out here. You know that. Okay, because you know why? Because I command respect with my arms. I command respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing these people understand. Some people only understand that you're a threat. That's all they understand. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way some of these people will understand it's not a game. You know? So unfortunately, that's how it is in the real world we live in. And you gotta command your respect by being a threat. A spiritual threat and even a physical threat. Because that Gandhi approach, that Gandhi stuff don't work. People get smoked trying to be Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you'll be a martyr, and it's not God's fault. I think many people became martyrs, and God ain't had nothing to do with it. You didn't use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You got to use wisdom. You out here talking to the community of America. You out here among these Americans. You must be armed. Okay? You must be armed. Look at Kirk, what's his name? Charlie Kirk. Out here talking to the people. That's how you know that time is gone. You can't talk to the people no more. If you move with the jungle, right, as the jungle flows, right, you can look at that situation and understand clearly that time is over. Talking to people openly, and they don't agree with you, and you a Christian, and you out here talking to all these people that's just rampant in homosexuality and lesbianism and whatever, because that was the main thing. That was the main thing. And he said something questionable about black women, I think, or something like that. But the bottom line is this, man. When you out there talking to these masses and you're unarmed, you know, they'll step on your heart. That's what happened to him. They stepped on his heart. His heart was in the right place. He ain't mean no harm. You could tell he ain't mean no harm. You could tell. I mean, there are some people who are very, very hateful. You know what I'm saying? They don't care nothing about gay people. You could tell if you read between the lines, he was not hateful towards gay people or lesbians, but he just spoke his truth of what he believed. You know what I'm saying? He spoke the truth of what he believes, for what he believes. He spoke truth as he believes it. And but there are people that hate them, that hate lesbians and homosexuals. He wasn't one of them, but he was treated like he was one of them. And but that's an era. That's the end of an era. If you go out there talking like Charlie Kirk, you crazy. And if you do it, you better be armed. You better, cause see, if he was a person that was considered armed, that person that shot him would have been too much of a coward to try to shoot him. He would have been discouraged because he would already knew up front Charlie Kirk stayed strapped, right? Charlie Kirk got security, whatever. He would have been discouraged. A coward like that would have been discouraged. Some little punk kid like that would have been discouraged. But you can see it's these younger people. Even the person that tried to shoot Trump. Well, look how young that dude was. Now look at this person trying to shoot Charlie Kirk. It's this pattern, these young white boys. Pay attention to that. Look at that pattern, these young white boys. The dude that tried to kill Trump was a young white boy. Same age, about the same age as the dude that tried to kill Charlie Kirk. That killed Charlie Kirk. They around the same age, everything. Look at their face. In your mind, about the same age, everything. It's those people, it's that generation, man, that don't agree with you. They feel like they'll neutralize you as a target. So you got to be ready for that. You got to fight fire with fire. You got to be a threat. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's not trying to be a tough guy. It's just as simple as learning from the mistakes of others, man. You see Charlie Kirk out there trying to talk to the people. Got shot in the neck, man. Blood gushing out, everything. I seen everything. I seen the raw footage. Didn't even look real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's very painful. I mean, because before he died, he felt the pain that was in his neck. You know he did. That's why he was like that. You know what I'm saying? You feel that bullet go in your throat. You already know what happened, but it's like registering after like 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Do you realize what happened? It's too late. He bled out. So that changes for the wise. You realize, okay, it's no more going out to these communities trying to talk to these communities. That's what I'm trying to tell people, tell Christians. That time is over. They considered him a Christian too. Look at Joel Osteen Church. Same thing. They came up in there shooting and everything. You know, people are no longer respectful of one's religion and religious beliefs. At least when it comes to Christianity, they don't really try no Muslims like that, you know, because Muslims will fight back. That's why. Muslims are called a jihad. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna play no games. If they get targeted, they gonna call a jihad. And we know that. And that's what I challenge you to look at, is that a lot of these gay and lesbian people won't challenge no Muslims. Because they know the Muslim is gonna fight back in the physical world. A Muslim gonna they might go get an AK-47. You don't know where the beef is coming from. You don't know where the smoke is coming from. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to pinpoint it. No, that's real. If they know who you are and you started something with the Muslims, you don't know where that smoke coming from. They don't want that kind of smoke. You notice gay people will not challenge no Muslims. No, they won't. They'll talk junk to Christians. But you ain't gonna challenge no Muslims, because you know what time it is. It could escalate to a real physical war, and that you do know. But you'll challenge Christians, man. I just look at these cowards, man. You know what I'm saying? I just look at them and I see it for what it is. Cowards, you know what I'm saying? Because Muslims, to me, hate you way more. They don't even, they disgusted. If you watch a Muslim is disgusted with gay people. Just look at their face. When they look at you, they just can't. They just disgusted. Same thing with a lesbian. They just look at it like they want to spit in your face for being a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? They like so. If you're looking at people that want to smoke, if you're looking at people that hate you, I mean, disgusted with you, man. If you want to look at religion, which one hates you the most, it's gonna be Muslims. The Christians try to talk to you, try to, give you the benefit of the doubt. But a Muslim, they feel like you should be dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that towards that way, but for other reasons, with anybody. Like if you violate me in my life, you know what I'm saying? That's besides sexuality. But on the strength of your sexuality, man, many Muslims, you already know that around the world, they just want you dead. Christians don't move like that. But Muslims want you dead. That's something to think about. These Muslims halfway want you dead. You know what I'm saying? If you call yourself a homosexual, they half of them want you dead, buddy. And you don't want that kind of smoke. It speaks for itself. If they already want you dead for what you do, imagine you challenging them as gay people. They're going to start a whole jihad against you. And you know that. You don't want that kind of smoke, so I call them coward. You know what I'm saying? If you won't challenge those who really challenge you and hate you and willing to kill you all around the world, Muslims kill gay people all around the world. That's the truth. But so if you don't challenge that, man, we see it like that. I call it coward. You know what I'm saying? I call that coward all day. See, because what I notice about the Americans in general, man, the Americans in general do not face their no matter what group of people it is, they will not face their greatest enemies. Black people do not face their greatest enemies. Your greatest enemies is these Nazis, these racist white militias. These people make it clear they hate you. Why you don't go after them? Because you don't want that kind of smoke, because you know what time it is. They got guns, everything. They got militias and everything. Okay? White America will not face Russia. They'll fight with everybody. Russia ain't got no love for America. If you go by Putin, you stupid. The rest of the Russians don't got no love for America. Think about it. They know they don't. They ain't no. They don't talk none. Putin is the only one like that, where he halfway give Trump the benefit of the doubt or whatever. And I'm with the Russians. But I'm keeping it 100. And I'm not saying Putin is bad for that or wrong for that, but the rest of the Russians don't really care about America, man. They don't care about America. You know what I'm saying? They don't deal with America. And Putin really shouldn't deal with America. No. They gonna always disappoint you. They gonna always look out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know they Trump is just trying to get everybody on his side. That's all. You can't pay that no attention. It's not pure. It's not like his intentions are not pure. He's trying to go all around the world and do all this stuff, but ultimately he wants America on top. That's how it's gonna be. That's how he wants it to be. Not on even playing ground. We're all on even. No, America on top. Not we're working together. Look at the things that they're doing. America on top. Not us on the same even playing ground. That's all he doing right now. It's just trying to get out there and get America on top of the whole community. That's all he doing. That's all he doing right now. If you don't know no better, if you're not paying attention, if you don't know how these Americans move, I do. That's all he doing. He don't care nothing about the Russians. He don't care nothing about they don't care nothing about the Middle East or none of that stuff. They care about being on top for their country. That's what it is. They don't got. I mean, how I know? Because they had 5 ceasefires, 5 vetoes during the ceasefire in Gaza. 5 vetoes. They did not care about the people, the kids dying and everything. They had 5 vetoes. Okay, so you didn't care about those people. You cared about Israel doing what you wanted them to do what they wanted to do. You was more interested in Israel doing what they wanted to do. Okay, then once it was all messed up, now you're trying to come over there talking about you're trying to do something to help it and all of that. Man, come on. People still want smoke about that. The smart people gonna say, nah, we ain't trying to hear that. They did all they did over here, and people still want smoke about it. Iran, all of this stuff that's going on, it's stirring up enemies. Greenland, all of that. Look at all South America. Look at that. It's just too much. America's becoming the enemy. That's what's happening. And for us, that's God's kingdom. That works in our favor. It works in our favor. Because everybody's going to be against them. The world. I personally believe they're going to be, America's going to be the catalyst for World War III. It's going to be America. It's not going to be the Middle East this time. It's not going to be Europe. It's going to be America. Because remind you, tomorrow makes what? Now literally a year? What, the 20th year? Tomorrow makes a year. And look all that has happened. A year since he been inaugurated. Since the inauguration. Since the inauguration has been January 20th, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's just understanding, man. Once they made enemies with us, all we care about now is they just fall off, man. We don't care. I don't care what happened to you. It ain't my country. This was bound to happen. Finally, a black man fights back. He gets the upper hand, but he got to fight even his own people in this time that we live in. That's gonna be part of it because the Americans gonna have black people working for them. That's common sense in 2026. So if you're stupid, you're gonna think it's just white people that's gonna come out here and fight a black man. It's gonna be all races for the Americans, on the behalf of the Americans that's gonna fight me. They're going to use black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asians, everything. I done been through it all. That's why I don't even consider a certain race of people. If you think it's just, everybody already know I don't feel that way because they see me fight them. They see me fight multiple races of people. in different situations. They see me walk through all these people in different situations. So if you flattering yourself talking about I'm against you, you playing yourself. I don't think enough about you. I don't care about you enough. I'm talking about this whole country. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't think about no certain race. It's all this other stuff is going on. And I'm not saying that out of fear. I'm not saying it's not what it's not one race of people. That's just the problem. So then what I'm gonna do? Focus on one group of people, then all these other people over here. So that's what it escalated to, man, and we winning. You know what I'm saying? People try to play a strong man's what you call that? A strong man competition. Like this is a strong man competition, and you want to see how much weight you can put on me to see before you think I break or fold. See that kind of game? All you did was play yourself, and God brought all this stuff against you. America basically gonna be the catalyst for World War III. That's what we're looking at. Because what's done made people most bitter against America is what they doing in Greenland with them nice, docile, sweet people up there in Greenland. Them good, docile, sweet people. How human beings supposed to be, you can tell. You can look at their geographics of their house and everything and tell them good, sweet people. And now they got to deal. Now they got to deal with all this this negativity, man. That's what makes me angry, man. Now they got to think. You know, stirred up good, peaceful people, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because Greenland is out the way. You know what I'm saying? Europe is one thing. The Middle East is another. Even it's wars and conflict, even in South America and stuff. You know. But Greenland, that's like docile, man. That's docile people. They ain't got no problems way up there. Them sweet, docile people, man. That ain't even city life. That's not city life. That's not no type of city life or nothing. You can look at them people. That's good people, good-hearted people. And now they stirred up in negativity. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. That's what angers me about that situation. You can clearly see them are nice, sweet, good people. You can clearly see that. And now they bitter, they disgruntled, they feathers are ruffled, they angry. You know what I'm saying? And the future's uncertain with all this stuff, and they worried and everything. You know, and they good, nice people, man. I don't like that. I don't like it. And I know I'm not the only one. So America's just becoming the enemy, man. It's what it is. They're cursed to make mistakes. Trump is cursed to make mistakes, so we gotta let him do it. You know why? Because he's cursed to do it. You get it, don't you? Trump is cursed to make mistakes. He gonna make a lot of mistakes. He gonna make a lot of mistakes. And guess what, buddy? Guess what? Every time he make the mistakes, it's gonna bring America down more and more. That's why we gotta let it happen. Because he's cursed to make mistakes. It's energy on him that's gonna make him make mistakes. Because he's cursed. Part of the curse is he's gonna go just do stuff. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. He's cursed. I'm do this, do that. I figured it out. He's cursed. He's cursed to make mistakes. You see the curse now? You get it, don't you? He's cursed to make mistakes. You can clearly see that. You can clearly see it. Everything. Maduro, I ain't even mentioned that. President Maduro brought up here to Brooklyn, right here in Brooklyn. You think it's a coincidence that the prophet is here and the President Maduro is here? It's not a coincidence. This is all going as planned. And I ain't talking about no New World Order either. I ain't talking about no Antichrist or no Mark of the Beast either. I'm talking about America falling off and collapsing in front of the whole world stage. And once that happened, I could rest. My soul can rest. Once you out the way, I don't care what happens. Long as you go off the earth. After that, I don't want to rule. I'm a humble person. I don't want to rule the world. I don't want to rule nothing. I just want a good amount of money and me a nice wife and to live in privacy. That's all I want. To be famous, I don't want to be famous. It's too crazy of a world. It's too crazy in the world to be famous. Why would I want to be famous? I don't want to be famous. It's too crazy. So fame is not what I want. To be noticed is not what I want either. To rule over the world is not what I want either. It's too crazy. It's also too crazy for that. All I want is a good, significant amount of money and a beautiful woman to live with. That's it. And enjoy my life. A simple life. You should expect a prophet to say that. But when I'm played with, you see, then I rise up, as you can see. But when I'm left to myself and my own devices, all I want is to live a humble life, have me a wife, maybe have a couple kids, some grandkids. That's it. And that's life. That's the end of life. We all live life, we die, we go to heaven. You know? We live life, go to heaven. God may take us straight to heaven without death. But just like some of these clout chasing homosexuals out here that want to be famous, that time is gone. You can clearly see it's just too crazy of a time to be famous. If you was a gay famous person, you know how hard you're going to have it in 2026? If you're gay and famous, you're going to have hell. Can you imagine being out there trying to do shows and networking out there and that foolishness that's going on out there? You can see it. The networking and famous and entertainment world is leaving America. It's being swallowed up in the realness. It's being swallowed up in this real stuff going on. You can clearly see that. You don't even hear nothing about stars and musicians anymore. You notice that? You don't really hear nothing. Not really. Not really. And who's out there anyway? The best of them gone. Okay? You know, it's just understanding, man. It's just understanding. You know, it comes a point, place, and time where the foolishness has to stop. You know, America just doing all kind of underhanded stuff to the prophet. You done made the prophet mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You got the Latinos mad. You got Europe, Greenland, all this stuff, man. Middle East, Iran. You can see it. America is going to be the catalyst for World War III. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen here. If you don't know what's going to happen here, they going to be the reason why World War III is going to start. Everybody going to be against them. Everybody going to be against them. Nobody expected this. Everybody expected them to be like these heroes until you got Trump in office. Now he made America like a villain. Am I right or wrong? He made America like a villain. You don't feel no hero vibe, do you? You don't feel no heroic vibe, do you? It's not no heroic vibration, is it? No, it's not. America has become like Trump. Okay? Now you know him personally. Besides the money man we knew him for, or we thought he was during the 90s and all of that and everything. That's the only reason people even take Trump still seriously, because of who they thought he was in the past. Especially old people. They only taking him seriously because of the money man they thought he was back in the past. For younger people, we only know Trump is this older guy that we found out that he got money from his dad, and you know, he got bankrupt a whole bunch of times. So we don't buy the money image because we didn't get to see it unharmed or unchallenged. It wasn't challenged in the 70s and the 80s, the 90s, whatever. That money image wasn't challenged, so nobody challenged it. Now we seen it challenged. So now people my age and younger, we know Trump is bankrupt, not really no money man, you know, all this stuff. That he really wasn't no money man like that. But the young people older than us think him as the money man. The money man would be, not to me. Once we found out he wasn't really, he ain't really had his money like that, you know what I'm saying? That ain't how I see him. I see him as a white man that do what all white men do. They try to do as many things they can to try to get ahead. Okay, I try to do this, I try to do that, I try to be the president, I try to do all this stuff. That's all he represents, is the white man running around trying to do everything. That's how I see it. And like many people have expressed before, if Trump is not racist, he's around a lot of people that have these worldviews that white people are up here and everybody else is down there. So you could say it's a white supremacist perspective that he's around, whether he's racist or not. You could base that on his age. His age tells it all. He comes from a certain time when white people was up here, and you know how it went. Okay, so then he's going to reinforce that mentality from his time, and he ain't gonna bring everybody together because he ain't young enough to do that in his worldviews. Now, if he was younger, he was a younger white person, you can expect that from him, but not somebody that age, almost 80 years old. He come from a time that we all are aware of, and he thinks, and if you don't think he thinks like that time, you are foolish. Okay? They'll give you pats on the back. They'll do all of that. But ultimately, white man gonna still be up here. You ain't gonna be above him. And he can acknowledge you and all of this stuff, and it's still gonna be a brick wall when it comes to you getting above the white man. It's going to be some type of way, some manipulation. Okay? That's just what it is, man. So you can look at me like I'm crazy. You can look at me like I'm retarded or autistic, or I'm none of that. I'm an indigenous man. You know what I'm saying? So I make a clown out of you. Looking at me like something wrong with me. When you up here marrying children in America. Okay, so you in your right mind marrying children? You in your right mind and you marry children? You marry children, but you're in your right mind. Come on, bro. You're in your right mind marrying children. Stop playing, bro. Man, stop playing. You married children, but you in your right mind. Okay, buddy. Knock yourself out, buddy. Like how I feel, man. It's like this, man. We're not going to let people come and insult our intelligence and hold us to these double standards. These double standards that they not living. And I don't care what kind of white person you are. I don't care about that. You could be crazy. That's okay. And I'm gonna go into spiritual war, and you're gonna be so sabotaged by the time we get done with you. You're gonna be looking like a sick dog, man. You're gonna be you're gonna be running around crazy, like a wild dog, howling at the moon. You're gonna be howling at the moon, buddy. You know, when crazy, start howling at the moon. You're gonna be howling at the moon playing with us. You know, went crazy. I'm not gonna play no games. I'm not gonna listen, man. Listen, I come from a different generation. Do you realize that? So I'm not the same generation of these other black people. Like Martin Luther King Jr. talking about being like Gandhi. Talking about being like Gandhi. You see where that got him? Trying to be Gandhi, man. You're in America. You're not in India, buddy. That's why he didn't make it. I guarantee if he would have had an idea to protect himself with arms, he would have been in a way better situation. Security, proper security, arms himself, carrying arms himself. Because I always believe a leader should have arms for himself, just in case he got to defend himself. Sometimes people can't help you. You got to help yourself, which means you got to have arms for yourself too. You can't depend on no security. You got to depend on carrying arms yourself sometimes. What if an enemy is right in front of you, 10 feet in front of you, and ain't no security, but you got a gun? You're going to be able to handle your business, as opposed to waiting for some security, hiding behind security. So I believe every leader should be around here armed, man. If you're a leader, man, any kind, man. Look at Charlie Kirk and look at all this stuff that happened to him. You can't be walking around here unarmed and stuff, man. Now you see what I mean. It's not trying to be no tough guy. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You got to come out here among these people with an arm, and that's what they're going to respect. They're going to back up. And you might have to catch a body. You know what I'm saying? You might have to. Let these people know you ain't playing. That's what it is, man. They stirred up, these secret societies stirred up all these people against me, and it's gonna be a bloodbath playing with me. God gonna take care of all of this. Just like the times of Moses, all those times coming back, where there's gonna be plagues and plagues on America for playing with me. Like a modern day Moses. Playing with me, okay. All these plagues gonna come, all this stuff gonna happen to America. You're gonna sit back and watch all this stuff happen to them. See, it's a combination between me being like David and Moses. Because Moses, the anointing was on his life. Plagues happened to Pharaoh. Pharaoh wanted to play games? Okay. Plague came. You see how it happened? You don't see the same pattern happening right now? So I can't just say the David anointing, because it's like the Moses anointing. You see all these plagues happening to the Americans with the COVID-19, everything. COVID-19, everything, man. So it's just understanding, man. It's just understanding. We ain't gonna be played with at all. I'm sorry you had an idea that we was gonna be played with. No, that's not gonna happen. That's definitely not gonna happen. There's gonna be plagues upon plagues, more plagues that's gonna happen to America. You wish death on me, I wish death on you. You wish misfortune on me, I wish misfortune on you. You try to curse me, I'm trying to curse you. Okay? So it's not hard to understand, is it? It's what it is. And it's refreshing to see somebody fight back and not play any games with these people, man. No. There ain't no time to play no games with these people. It's refreshing to see somebody not take these games that they handing out, these games that they playing. That's how you gotta be, man. That's how you gotta be, bro. Because people sit up and play games and watch your life and play games with you and think it's a game. Listen, man. They get what they deserve. That's how I see it. You get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. Checking the text from my mom, you know what I'm saying? That's all I stay close to. My family. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Back in these times, man, some people getting separated from family and some people coming back to family. Like people that's been out in the world like me. You coming back to family. You know what I'm saying? Some people that been up under their family too long, you getting away from your family. And some of us leaving the world alone and getting back to our family. It's different situations. That's why you gotta read your situation. You gotta look at your situation for what it is. You might have to leave your family alone. Some of y'all need to leave the world alone and get back to your family. Get back to your family. Leave these bugged out crazy people. Whatever you're trying to do with music, whatever you're trying to do with the entertainment, whatever you're trying to do in the world, leave all that stuff alone and leave these people alone and get back to your family and leave this community alone. Well, you ain't think about no endeavors. You ain't think about doing nothing for this country. You ain't think about trying to work out nothing for this country. You getting back to your family and your relationship with God. That's it. That's it. Because you can clearly see it's not a lot of time left for all this fame and all this stuff anyway. It ain't a lot of time left for all of that stuff. I mean, think about it. It's not. It's not a lot of time left. Trying to do all this fame stuff. I mean, and the world is falling apart. What you gonna be doing? See, you got this idea from something you seen on TV, like it's gonna be this fallen world, and you gonna be running around in this fallen world. That's foolishness. You ain't gonna be doing none of that. It's gonna be war is gonna be too concentrating crazy. It's gonna be too much going on. You ain't gonna be running around, buddy. You tripping. See, I hate to say it, man. Many of these Americans, man, you gonna see all the stuff you thinking about. None of that stuff is gonna happen. None of it is gonna happen. Ain't none of that gonna happen. Ain't none of that gonna happen. I don't feel sorry for them. They had too much time to realize what they was doing. Why should I feel sorry for them? I do not feel sorry for them. They seen all this stuff going on and they still kept playing games, and then when you start losing Everybody feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. I sit back and watch you play with me for years and years. Imagine me feeling sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? You play in the world. This is the jungle. This is the real world. Like the wild, natural, what you call that? National Geographic. Animals running out the animals, hunting animals, and all of that. This is what this is basically. And just when you thought you had me cornered, and just when you thought you had me down for the count, or you thought, it wasn't nothing much more I could do, then all this stuff happened to you. I told you. Try and put me in these situations where you think you got me in the jam and all that. Man, listen, you played yourself, man. You played yourself. Now you gotta explain to all these light-skinned girls why you didn't win. Now you gotta explain to all these big butt light-skinned girls why you didn't make it. Because we know behind every sucker, it's always gonna be some girls they trying to impress. That's how it is. I guarantee you something. They might not be in front. They ain't gonna have them out here where we can see them. Nah, they ain't gonna have them out here where we can see them. But they somewhere around, These girls they trying to impress. I know how these suckers think. Because if you part of the culture, you definitely trying to impress these girls. Oh yeah, absolutely. But now, what you gonna tell them now? What you gonna tell these girls now? That's why you panicking. Because they looking stupid. They sitting around, these light-skinned girls sitting around looking stupid now, ain't they? Because the world has changed. Ain't no need to try to come out here and go hard against me, sucker. It's going to get worse and worse for you. It's going to get worse and worse for you. You say you glad it's over. You ain't glad it's over. You a liar. And you ain't, listen, you gotta try to save face. You gotta try to make it look good. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad that it's over. And I'm the one that should be glad that it's over. Make it make sense where you glad it's over. You the one playing around. That's retarded. You do all this stuff. Well, I'm glad it's over. No, that's my part. That's my line. I'm glad that it's over. So all these bums in America can go where they deserve to go. That's my line. That's my line, buddy. I'm glad that it's over. So these bums can go to hell. Because hell is real. DMX tried to tell you. Hell is real. Hey, it's dark and hell is hot. Think it's a game? It's not, buddy. It's dark and hell is hot. Out here slipping. And I'm on the winning side. I'm on God's side. Putting $1 million in His kingdom, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love helping God's work. I love doing something for God. You know what I'm saying? Doing something for His people. That's another thing. It's not just spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? It's not just taking care of this stuff in America. It's also, man, I just love to help God's work. Do something for God for once. You know, some people don't do nothing for God. They do something for everybody else. They do stuff for everybody else but God. Why don't you try to do something for God? You ever thought about that? Trying to do something for these people, wind up playing yourself all the time. You do something for God, you never play yourself. That's why I know it's gonna be good. People looking at you like you played yourself because you doing all this good stuff for all sending all this money to churches, and they looking at you like you played yourself. I ain't played myself. You never play yourself with God. Watch what he do for me. You're going to be so surprised that I'm going to be out of harm's way and ain't nothing you can do. That's what you're going to realize. I'm going to be out of harm's way of all the games you playing, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Watch, you'll see. Just wait for it. Wait for it, buddy. Wait for it. Like I told you before, this is the calm before the storm. Okay? I'm the person that you wanted to play with. Now I'm on video now. How you feel? I'm on video. I'm on videos. I'm on phones. I'm on videos. I'm right here looking in your face. You're too much of a coward to watch the videos. You too much of, the same person they playing with. You too much of a coward to watch the videos. No, you a coward. You can't watch it. You can't face me. You can't face the person you played with. You're a coward. I know you're a coward. If you wasn't, then this would have been over with. Me and you would have been with the war. That's how I know you're a coward. Oh, this would have been over. That's how we know you're a coward. You don't know what you need to do. You don't know what you're supposed to do you? Because you're a coward, that's why. We're going to keep seeking God. We're going to keep doing what we're supposed to do. I can't stress enough. If you are a Christian, now is the time to give offerings outside the church. Outside the country. Find you a church outside the country. Find you a church outside the country. And start giving offerings. You want to see the blessings. You want to see things. You want to see this warfare. You want to see these gang stalkers get defeated. Stop putting the burden on one man. I'm one man. We all play our position. Okay, well, you can play this position too. You can be multitask. It's called multitask. It's called being multitasked. It's called being multitasked. You can put a little bread out there to these different countries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sitting up here watching me. How about you put some money out there to these other countries yourself? See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, sitting back watching me, just like you, like ignorant ghetto people love to do. Sitting back watching me. Won't you put some money out there too? You wait for me to spend my money. Listen, I don't have a problem with doing that. Because it's going to serve my purpose first. This is why it's going to serve my purpose first. Because you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing financially. But you wait for me to do something for you. Man, you a clown, man. I call it how I see it. If you wait for me to do something for you, you a clown. Okay? I need money today. I need money every day. Okay? If you're not trying to do nothing about that, if you're not trying to help me with money every day, I don't understand your logic. Yeah, I'm doing good, but look, I'm on my own. I'm on my own. Ain't nobody putting no money in my pocket. Same people talking about they want it to be over, but they ain't putting no money in your pocket. Man, that's what I'm talking about. They ain't doing nothing to help you. Financial. But you talking about I'm ready for it to be over. That's what I'm talking about. That type of person. Well, if you're ready to be over, won't you put your money where your mouth is? Put your money where your mouth is if you're ready for it to be over. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for God's kingdom. I put $1 million down in South America. You could do the same thing. I'm not trying to be the only one, like some narcissistic person. I'm not trying to be the only. Listen. You could do the same. You could do more. You could do more than me. Way more. Way more. Some of y'all could do way more than what I'm doing. Man, you could send $1 billion down there. Straight up, yeah, you could. You could send a whole billion down there. But you sitting back watching me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's just life. It's not God's fault, it's life. You know, the person that can do something can change this whole situation. They don't support him. If he get the money, he gonna change it all. But ain't nobody helping him. But they supporting everybody else. You know, that's life. That's life, man. That's just how it is. It's not God's fault, though. It's not God's fault. I just understand life. That's just how it is. And then the person that ain't doing nothing. Oh, they sending them cash apps, everything. You got even ministries ain't doing nothing. Talking about the same stuff. Ain't no anointing. They ain't even in touch with what's going on. They don't even know nothing about this stuff. They think we crazy. They don't think there's any gang stalkers out there. Truth be told, you sending them cash outs because they cute. Yeah, tell the truth. All these Christian dudes sending cash out to these females because they cute. All these women sending cash outs to these dudes because they remind you of a Chippendale dancer. You sending them cash outs because you like their body. You sending them cash outs because you like how they look. But you say you're a woman of God. But you sending cash apps based on how people look. When the person who can really change this situation, listen, the person that can really change this situation, you don't support them. That's why we don't take these people seriously. No, I don't take them seriously. Nope. God is with me, buddy. You can play these games. I don't care. You can surround me, and what you're gonna see is that God destroys this whole community. That's all you're gonna see. Because I figure, like, you think you got a relationship with God, right? You think you got a relationship with God? You don't. You don't. You don't have a relationship with God. I do. You're starting to realize it, ain't you? You're starting to realize that, aren't you? Yeah. But you keep pointing your fingers at me. They keep talking about he want us dead. That's your excuse to blame me? Man, you retarded, bro. What you think I want you alive after you done played games with me? I want you alive. I want you alive after you done played games with me. Who will want you alive? Who will want you alive, man? Think about that. You're retarded, man. You can't. I told you. I'm convinced it's a certain type of retarded out there that people don't want to admit. Yeah, it is. It's a certain type of retarded. You're a certain type of retarded that you thought you was gonna come out here and play in the field. You thought you was gonna come out here and play in the field for free and dance around. You thought I was gonna die and I didn't. Now we wish death on you just like you wish death on me. That's what it is. We wish death on you just like you wish death on me. Because I know you a lame. That's what I'm saying. I know you a lame. I know if I had much as you had, you would be dead. I know the only thing that separates me and you is the material things that you got. If I had that, like I am, you'll be a dead man. And you know that. All of y'all will be dead. Okay, I'm just doing it God's way, and that includes the women that's involved. These women will be dead too. Oh, you thought I would just kill all men? All these people, all these African women will be dead too. I'll slaughter you too. You shouldn't have got involved. Slaughter you too. You don't think I would? You should have listened. You better take another look, buddy. I ain't playing at all. Because I'd rather have comfortability than you dead than you sitting around, running around playing with my life. I'd rather, listen, I'm the type of person, I'd rather see you dead and I be comfortable and I live comfortable and you dead. That works for me. I'm tired of ignorant people like you. You think you bad and you're not. I proved you ain't bad. You think you bad and you not bad. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of people like you. You think you bad and you not. Like a little teenager, you know what I'm saying? You think you bad and we the bosses. You like a little 12-year-old girl sitting around with a temper tantrum. I don't care nothing about that. I'm a popper. Ain't none of that working. Okay, we're going to show you. We're going to show you that these black folks, listen, you can fall too. We don't care nothing about that psychological stuff. You ain't going to never beat us with that. We ain't going to never care about it. For all these black people, you're going to see the hard way. You're going to learn the hard way. That we don't care nothing about you acting like you bad. Before it's all said and done, I'm going to be the person to sit back and watch you fall. It's going to be because of me that you fall as black people. Oh, yeah, it's already, yeah. See, you don't want to admit it. That all of this stuff is happening because of them playing with me, right? So what you think going to happen to you as black people? You going to get away? You ain't going to get away. You finna go through it too. You can already see what happened for America playing with me. What you think going to happen to you when you played your position? It's going to happen to you too. See, with black people, you think, listen, you think you're so important that nothing can't happen to you, don't you? Don't you see you just as worse, you just as bad as the white man? Nothing can't happen to you, can it? Can't nothing happen to you. You think you're so bad, don't you? You're going to find out the hard way, buddy. You ain't as bad as you think you are. You ain't. Before it's all said and done, the streets is going to learn firsthand we don't play no games. God's kingdom don't play no games. Okay? All I ask for is my money. Okay? That's all I ask for. You ain't taking me seriously. You ain't taking me seriously for years. You slept on me for years, and now look at where I'm at. That's what happened to you. You slept on me for years, and look what happened. Now you're like a little black little girl with a little black little 12-year-old girl with a temper tantrum. Okay? It don't work with me. I don't think about children sexually, but you do. Okay, I know that. I know you think about children sexually. I don't. So as long as these people play with me out here, we shutting it all down. That's what we doing. Okay, that's what we doing. I'm just letting you know, because they might think they getting away with it. They might think all this riding around this building, all this riding and walking around, they might think they getting away with that. You ain't getting away with none of that. You ain't getting away with none of it. Yeah, you ain't getting away with none of that. Surprise, I know everything you're doing. And guess what? You ain't getting away with none of it. You ain't getting away with none of that, buddy. That means everybody in this building, that means everybody around this building, everybody in this whack part of Brooklyn, all of that. It's a whack part of Brooklyn. And everybody over here that's involved, all they doing is causing destruction for America. That's all you're doing in this whack part of Brooklyn. Yeah, it's a whack part of Brooklyn. Call it how I see it. Okay, we don't care about you wishing to die. We gonna listen. God is going to show you. You're not gonna play no cartoon game with His servant. Okay, you're not gonna play no cartoon game with His servant. Okay, no, I don't care nothing about that. I know where my mind is at. You can throw as much witchcraft as you want. I know where my mind is at. Right? Your children are going to be the ones that suffer the most. Remember that. Your children going to be the ones that suffer the most because they ain't lived their life. I've lived my life. I'm in my 40s. I've lived my life. If you ain't lived your life by your 40s, what that tell you about a person? By the time I got to my 40s, I already lived my life. You was too late. I already lived my life. Your kids is the ones that ain't lived their life. So when this is all over, who's going to be the ones hurting the most? These children are going to be hurting the most. I already lived my life, little buddy. You ain't depriving me of nothing. Your children is going to be deprived of what life is all about. They ain't going to experience none of that. And some of them going to hell. Some of these teenagers is going to hell. They ain't never lived life and they going to hell. You see the combination? See the combo? That's a combo. That's a Bojangles combo. That's a Bojangle combo. They ain't never lived life and they going to hell. That's a Bojangle combo. Illuminati thought these Freemasons and all them thought they was gonna live. You ain't gonna live, man. You're not going to live. Okay? Get used to the thought. We're not letting you live. No, we not letting you live. Well, I thought we was gonna live. Well, you're not. Surprise. It's not just a game. You're not gonna make it. See, that's what you tried to do to me. You tried to make it for me, not you tried to make it to where I wouldn't make it. You didn't want me to make it. So your karma's gonna be you're not gonna make it. See how it works out for me? You're not going to make it. Okay? All the stuff that you accused me of with these children and all of that, it's all ridiculous. It's all ridiculous, and everybody know that. Okay, listen, I talk to grown women. I enjoy the company of a grown woman. Real women. I enjoy the company of sophisticated women. That's how you know I'm a real man. I like sophisticated, classy ladies. A lady. Not a girl. Not somebody acting like a teenager. All in everybody's business. No, we ain't talking about that. We talking about a grown, classy lady. That's what I like. Of course it's over. You know, you a clown. You thought, I don't know, what you thought you could play with me for free? You thought you could play with me for free? Yeah, you ain't gonna make it. We're gonna take this whole country down, all the way down. That's why I'm always fasting. That's why on this day with Martin Luther King Jr., I'm fasting. I don't want nothing to do with no Freemasons. That's why I fasted this day. Just because it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And to repel all this energy of all these kids out of school. I don't want none of that energy around me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't have no problem with telling you where my head is at. Because you need to know. You use all your children against me. When they come out, when they out of school, I'm fasting against them. I don't want none of their energy around me. That's right. That's right. That's how you know where my head is at, buddy. Ain't thinking about them. Don't want them around me. Want their energy removed away from me. Accusing me of being around children, all this stuff with children. And I don't want them around me. And that's what anybody would say. They come from where I come from. Any real one would say, I don't want don't even bring your children around me. I don't even want to see them. I don't want to know them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to smell them. I don't want none of them around me. I don't even want to smell them. Don't bring them around me. Period. I'm serious. I don't even know. I don't want your children around me. Now tell me, name any sexual deviant that's like that. No, they want to embrace your children. That's what they want to do. I don't. I don't want your children around me at all. I don't want your children around me at all. Okay? That's from coast to coast in America. I don't want your children, all American children, I don't want your children around me at all. I'm telling you to your face. Don't bring your children around me at all. When they out of school, I fast to repel their energy in the atmosphere around me. That's how it should be. All this stuff they talking about with children and everything, and you know, I don't want nothing to do with your children. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. And I'll tell you to your face. I'm enough of a man to tell you to your face. I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't care how they look, how cute they are, none of that stuff. And you will be the same way. Somebody putting their kids all in your face, playing games with you and everything. I don't want your kids around me at all. And guess what? I'm still going to heaven. Oh yeah, I ain't got to listen. Your kids ain't no access to heaven. Your kids ain't gonna get me into heaven, and they ain't gonna stop me from getting into heaven, cause God already know why I am the way I am. He knows that. He knows why I am like this. Let alone doing something to your children. I can't stand the thought of being around your children at this point. Okay? I can't stand the thought of it. Okay? You could put any Pacifics. It's not no Pacifics. It's all American children. I don't want to be around none of them. That's what I'm saying. That'll make all this better, won't it? I don't want to be around your children at all. At all, buddy. Won't that make it all better, sucker? I don't want to be around your children at all. How about that? None. I don't want to eat around them. I don't want to watch TV with them. I don't want to do nothing with them. That's what a real papa gonna tell you. All the games you don't play. Oh, what you think I want to do? See, a goofy person. Well, you still want to hang out with the kids. After all you done, I still want to hang out with the kids. Don't think so, amigo. I don't think so, amigo. That's the wrong answer. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Know what the correct answer is? I don't want to be around your kids at all, buddy. That's the correct answer. I don't want to be around no kids at all from your community. And you should understand why. Think about it. I don't want to embrace none of your kids. I don't want your kids around me at all. No, that's gonna solve all these problems, ain't it? You ain't gonna see me around your kids to say nothing. You ain't gonna be able to say nothing. How about that? Can't blame me for nothing. Including your incompetency. Including why this whole country is the way it is. You can't blame me for nothing. Something happened to your kids. Oh, I wasn't around. I wasn't around the way. Around the way, girl. Hey, it was around the way, girl, wasn't it? Around the way, girl. It was one of them around the way girls, wasn't it? Around the way, girl. One of them round the way guys. Around the way, guy. One of them around the way guys, wasn't it? Wasn't me. I ain't around the way guy. You barely see me, buddy. I run my errands. I'm right back in the house. I'm not an around the way guy. Yeah. I don't want nothing to do with your family. Keep them away from me. Keep your kids away from me. Period. Like that. It's like that, buddy. It's like that. I'm telling you right here. It's like that. I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't want to talk to them for 1 second. I said, yeah, that's real. I don't want to talk to them for 1 second. 1 second. 1 sec. Not for 1 sec, 2 secs. You know how people say, be back in a sec, right? Okay. I don't want to talk to your kid for 1 sec, man. That's real. That's your kids. I got my son. See, what you forgot is I got a son in the world myself. I don't want nothing to do with your children at all, buddy. Only one I'm thinking about, only child I'm thinking about, son I'm thinking about is my own. My own son. That's what we talk about. That's the best solution. Keep your kids away from me. That's the best solution. I don't want to leave that part. Keep them away from me. You got these big head people come out here with their kids and everything. Don't come out here with your kids to see me. Not for me. I don't want to see nothing. You don't got to test me. You already tried enough. That's why I don't want nothing to do with your kids. I don't want nothing to do with them. Yeah, sucker. They the ones that's gonna suffer. They the one, when this all goes down, they the one that's gonna suffer, buddy. I promise you that. I already lived my life. You can't kill an old man. Old man done lived his life, buddy. All you can kill is a young man. You can't kill an old man. He done lived his life. He just going through the. Well, I ain't gonna say we going through the motions, but we done did all this stuff a million times. You know what I'm saying? We know what life consists of and everything. We've experienced life. It's these young dudes that ain't experienced life. I done experienced life. You can't kill a man that already experienced life. You can't. He's not. He's basically waiting to die. An old man is just waiting to die. I mean, I'm not saying he ain't gonna enjoy his life along the way, but at some point you already did everything, right? You know, it's what it is. It's a young man that ain't done nothing. He ain't had no kids. He ain't, you know. He don't know what life is really about. He ain't had love, you know. He the one that ain't lived life. You know what I'm saying? A man like me, I done lived life. You can't kill somebody that already lived. You can't kill someone that has already lived. The person you kill is the person that says, wait, I ain't done nothing yet. Wait, I didn't go to New York. Wait, I didn't go to California. Wait, I didn't see nothing out here. That's the person scared to die, bro. Not me. I done seen what life is all about. I done experienced it. Okay. See, these old secret society people, you should be saying the same thing. You already done live life, man. Won't you go ahead and die? I mean, for real. I'm dead serious, man. Won't you just go ahead and die, man? You done experienced life. Ain't nobody gonna let you live. God on your head, I'm on your head, everybody, the streets on your head, everything. You don't think I know the politics, man? Come on, man. What kind of man would I be not to know what's going on? And the real energy behind what's going on. They ready to kill you. You ready to kill yourself. They want you dead. The streets want you dead because you kept doing what you was doing. You dead today. Ain't no need to come here. It's already settled. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to prove here playing around me that's gonna make you get you out of this with God. You gotta remember, man, you trying to please the masses. They can't stop what God is gonna do. They cannot stop this. They can't stop it, buddy. I'm telling you right now, they can't stop it. Around the way, girl. They can't stop it, can they? Around the way, girl. Hey, man, listen, man. I'm doing what I gotta do. You'd do the same thing if it was you. Yeah. Sitting up here playing around a man of God, man minding his business and everything. Nah, I ain't feeling that at all. I ain't feeling that at all, buddy. We ain't feeling that at all. We ain't feeling that at all. That's real. That's real. I just be having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know. That's how you know I'm real. And that's how you know I'm stronger than you thought I was. That's how you know I ain't no lame. I be having fun with these lames, man. You thought you was gonna have fun with me. How you feel about that now? Yeah. I'm having fun with you. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. Out here marrying children. Could have had you around the way, girl, but you wanted to marry a child, didn't you? Hey, America, instead of having an around the way girl, America want to marry children. Around the way girl. You wanted to have an around the way girl instead of marrying children. I mean, you wanted to have a child instead of having an around the way girl, man. That's the truth. That's what it was, wasn't it? Listen, man. Listen. You married children. You could never face me in the real world, and we know that. Eye to eye, face to face. Now imagine me being subject to your rinky-dink opinion. And it is rinky-dink. It's rinky-dink, ain't it? That rinky-dink opinion of yours. Imagine me being subject to it. And you sitting up here marrying children as an American community. Yeah, what you thought I was going to be friends with you because I won? That's how arrogant they are. Oh, he going to be cool with us now. And after you marrying children, I'm going to be cool with you. That's how arrogant they are, man. I deserve to live. I deserve to see you die. I deserve to see you suffer. I don't think you realize that. I deserve to see you suffer. And once I see that, once I see this country collapse, I can rest. My soul can rest. I can't rest with all these lame people that play with my life, bro. That's from coast to coast. All these lames on the Greyhound and all these big head, retarded looking girls, Down syndrome looking white girls. Look like she got Down syndrome, white girl, big old head. You can tell she bipolar, she got a big old head. Head so big, we know you bipolar. Big old pumpkin head, know you bipolar. You can just turn around and look at her head, oh, she bipolar. Head too big not to be. That big old head. Like two pumpkins, don't it? Head look like two pumpkins. Full of pumpkin seeds, ain't it? Head full of pumpkin seeds, ain't it? Your head full of pumpkin seeds, ain't it? Big head white girl head look like she a head full of pumpkin seeds. Trying to challenge me and play with me. I can't listen. Can you think I can take that, man? A white girl like that, man, playing with me. They think I didn't know that. I would forget, didn't it? It's unforgivable. I gotta get revenge, man. I gotta do it God's way, man. I gotta make all of them pay, man. And until then, I can't rest. I can't rest. Once they dead, my soul can rest. I can rest. I can't rest until they dead, bro. That's just what it is, man. That's what it is, man. I just learned to channel my anger. I learned to channel my energy to making sure it happens. You could be reckless, right? Just catch a body. Or you can get the ultimate revenge and have patience and channel your energy the right way. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I would love to catch me a body with one of these bastards out here who played with me, buddy. Yeah, I would love to. But you know, I got bigger fish to fry. You a fish stick. These bipolar head white girls, you know, you a fish stick. You a fish stick, buddy. You can't make me a fish sandwich because you a fish stick. I'm trying to get me a fish sandwich. I got bigger fish to fry. But I'm gonna get you. You know I'm gonna get you. We gonna shut down the whole system of this country, and that's how we gonna get you. Around the way, yeah. That's how we gonna get you. We gonna shut down the whole system. That's how we gonna get you, little buddy. Okay? Yeah, you thought I was a little. See, that's just like a white boy. He thought he could play a little game, didn't he? Just and it's just like a black man ain't playing no games. Around the way. I'm not listening. Good white people, I love good white people. Some white people act better than black people. They got better manners. They more honest. They keep it more 100. You got some white people that some white women are so sincere. They say white people fake, but pay attention to what the white women that's really sincere, really showing love. Yeah, I just wish everything would work out. She really means that, man. She really means that, right? There's some cool white women out here. There's some cool white guys out here. They mean well, man. They mean well. More than black people. Some white people treat you better than your own people. That's how you know I don't live life. Some white people treat you better than black people treat you. But there's some of these big head girls out here that, you know, there's these white bipolar big head white girls out here playing with these secret societies thinking they can see me, and we gotta get revenge. That's all I'm saying. But it's good white people out here better than some of these black people. They treat you better, everything. So it ain't that I don't understand this now. Okay, I just wanted to let you know what I understand about life. Cause it's some good white people out here, and they treat you better than black people treat you. Oh, I know that. I seen it. I've experienced it. They talk to you good. They talk to you nice. They show real concern. They ain't got no ill intentions. And they wouldn't do some of the things that these black people would do to you. They wouldn't do the same thing to you. Okay, I know that. But you know what the balance is? These big head white girls out here that's falling behind black dudes, trying to get black penis with these big head bipolar white girls that got used up by these black dudes. That's why we gotta do what we gotta do, bro. Know what I'm saying? We gotta get even. But we're gonna do it God's way. The Bible says this: vengeance is the Lord's. Vengeance is God's. We're gonna get revenge the proper way on all these big head white girls that was in the Greyhound playing right on the buses with me playing games. So how we gonna get them? We're gonna get the whole system of America, and it's gonna get them too. When we hit that system, it's gonna get them. Around